Are you ready for some easy but amazing grilling recipes? Well, let me show you some of our family's favorite grilling recipes to make your next cookout amazing. Hello, family and friends. I'm Susan, and welcome to my home. And tonight I'm going to make my version of Southwest chicken chop salad. It does call for a couple little things that I'm not putting in mine, but I am putting in, of course, the chicken. I just got to put it on my indoor grill and get that cooked up real quick. I'm going to chop up this onion so I have some onion to put in my salad. I'm going to drain and rinse these black beans to put in the salad. I'm also going to open up this can of Mexican style corn to put in the salad. I'm going to chop up this romaine. I'm going to use some of these tortilla chips, crumble them up to put on top. Kind of like croutons, but not chips. And I'm going to make a taco ranch dressing out of some taco seasoning, ranch dressing, and a little bit of lime juice. So let me bring you along as I make my Southwest chicken chopped salad for supper tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and put the chicken on the indoor grill. Now I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper. And it's amazing how good chicken tastes just with salt and pepper added to it. Now I'm going to go ahead and close this up and let this cook for about 5 minutes, and then I will flip the chicken. And it's actually been 10 minutes since I put them in. I thought I'd go ahead and let them get a good head start. Alright, now let me give it about 5 more minutes and it should be done, and we'll be ready to make some salad. And here's the chicken. I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the cooker. Nice and tender. Some of it got a little bit browner than other pieces, but that's okay. They'll be crispy bits, I tell you. So let me make the dressing that's going to go on this salad. Okay, it's going to be a ranch heavy kind of dressing. So I'm going to put a good little bit of ranch in there. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to put a little bit of taco seasoning. Not much, just a little bit. Just want a little bit of flavor because this taco seasoning is pretty bold at times. I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of lime juice. A couple drops. And I'm going to taste it until I like it. And then we'll see where we're at. And I wound up adding a little bit more taco seasoning and a little bit more lime juice. And now it's really good. So let's go ahead and build that salad. And I got a clean set of tongs. And I'm just going to go ahead and add some lettuce to the plate. Black beans. And some corn. And I'm going to add a little bit of onion. Next on the list is going to be some of the chicken. And I'm just going to hold it and then cut it with scissors. All right, now we've got some chicken on. I'm going to go ahead and put the salad dressing on right now. And crush up some tortillas to put on it, kind of like croutons. And Bud just grabbed him a crushed piece of tortilla. All right, there we go. Chopped chicken Southwest salad. It's what's for supper Tuesday night. And here's some beautiful ribeye steaks that I got. And my secret to an amazing ribeye steak, Dale seasoning. You put it on. You need to let it marinate on the steak at least an hour, 2 hours at most. If you go over 2 hours, then it does get a little bit strong on the meat. You can't taste the steak as well. But I just put them in a Ziploc bag, pour the Dales on top, flip them over, pour the Dales on the bottom. And I'm about out of that one, so I might as well just put it all in there. Ziploc it. Try to get as much of the air out as possible. Try to get the Dales all over the steak. And now you can let this marinate, like I said, for 1 to 2 hours tops. You can let it marinate on the counter. You can let it marinate in the fridge, either way, because it's better if it's room temperature when you put it on the grill or the indoor grill like I always do. So steaks are marinating, and then we'll come back when it's time to put them on the grill. Now it's time to add the steak. It's been marinating for 2 hours. I'm going to do it on 500 degrees for about 3 minutes on each side. And we'll see if that'll give me a medium doneness. Check on it here in 3 minutes. It's been 3 minutes. I am going to flip the steaks. Look at those char marks. Good, 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 good. And do another 3 minutes on the other side. And then we should be ready to roll. 3 minutes on each side. There we go. Give Daddy that one. And I'll take this one. Look at that. That looks good. And we're going to plate them. Here we go. Ribeye steak, mashed potatoes, green beans, ready for us to eat. And I have 4 large chicken breasts that I have trimmed up, got all the fat and stuff off of, and I'm putting them in the Ziploc bag. We're going to put half a cup of olive oil, and I'm using Mediterranean olive oil. You can use any kind that you like. Half cup olive oil. Okay. Then I'm going to use a teaspoon of basil. A teaspoon of salt. A teaspoon of pepper. Teaspoon of oregano. And this is some dried oregano that I had from last year. It's Greek oregano, kind of like what I planted again this year. Okay. I need 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. A half a teaspoon of dill, and since I don't have any dill ready to pick, I'm just using this kind of dill that's easy, that you find in the refrigerator section at the store. And a 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. And last but not least, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. 1, 2, 3. I have marinated this overnight before, and as long as you get at least 2 hours of marinade, it tastes really good. So let me close this up. And then mush this around. And then stick this in the fridge to marinate while I'm at work. See you after work. I've gotten the chicken breast out of the fridge. They're a little cold, as you can see. I'm going to try to heat them up a little bit. I am going to plug in my Ninja and get it started on grilling. And let that preheat, and then we'll put the chicken breast on the grill. It's heated up to 500 degrees, and I'm going to put some chicken breast on the grill. let's get us some salad going on. Now, the chicken is nice and tender and nicely cooked. I'm going to go ahead and trim it up with a scissor. All right. And I'm going to use a little bit of ranch dressing. And you can put some cheese on there if you want to. I'm good with that for tonight. Trying to kind of watch the calories. But grilled Greek chicken. We are going to do some Mexican chicken, but first we have to put it in the marinade. Overnight is best. At least 2 hours is good. And basically what I've done is defrosted, because this is frozen chicken wings. Now I'm going to put the marinade in it. What you're going to need is 2 of these orange Saison Goya spice packets. And then you're also going to need some Goya adobo with the red top to go in it. I'm just going to shake the packet, open it up, and pour the seasoning in there. Make sure it's all there, because this is good stuff right here. Now for the adobo, I usually do about 5 shakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to seal it up. And then I'm going to get all the spices mixed around together. Now you see, the chicken is kind of red, and I'm going to let this marinade. It's actually 9:30 in the morning. This is Sunday, and I'm going to let it marinate until lunchtime, so it's going to have at least 2, 3, 4 hours to marinate. Overnight's best, and then we'll start cooking it in the pan for lunch. Well, you know, it's not Sunday, and I didn't get to the Mexican chicken wings yesterday. They did marinate in the refrigerator overnight, so now it's time for me to get them started on the oven top in their bowl. First thing I'm going to do is slice up some of these tomatoes on the vine. I usually do about 3 tomatoes on the vine and 2 of the Vidalia onions. 3 tomatoes sliced up on the mandolin, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in the pot. Now I've got my onions sliced up, and they're going in the pot. And I have got the tomatoes and the onions in the pan, or in the pot, whatever you want to call this. And I've tried to separate out the onions as much as I can. That way they'll divide out, because they're going to all reduce basically into a sauce to some degree here in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add another sprinkling of adobo seasoning around the edges, right there. And let it continue to cook up just a little bit longer. I'm going to put the lid on and let it cook for about 5 minutes. Let it reduce. And as you can see, it's boiling now. It's kind of reducing a little bit. And now it looks really good. So I am going to put the chicken in. All this is the chicken legs that I put in the marinade yesterday. And I am just going to put them around the dish, because I'm going to be turning them about halfway through. Now mind you, if you wanted to make a larger bunch, you could. And I'm going to put all the juices that were in the bag right here into the pan also, because that has a lot of flavor in it. And now, put the lid on it. And then I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes. And then I'm going to flip the chicken in 15 minutes. Alright, it's time to flip the chicken. As you can see, it's already been cooking quite a bit. And I'm just going to flip it over and let it cook on the other side for about 15 minutes. And if you notice, the side that was in that nice red orange stuff is turned very orange, which is fine. That's all that is good flavor. See how red and reddish orange those are? That is just really good flavor. Now, put it back in for another 15 minutes. Look at that. Woo! It ain't fogging up the lens. That is what the chicken looks like right now. What I'm going to do is take the chicken out of this mixture. I hope I'm not in the middle of the camera so you can see me. I'm just trying to leave all the onions and all the other stuff in there. I'm taking the chicken out because I'm about to put it in the air fryer to crisp up that skin. Okay, this recipe was given to me with you just eat it right here the way it is. I put it up a notch. I want to crisp up the skin, and then I'm going to turn this goodness in this pot right here into a sauce to put over top of the chicken wings when they come out of the air fryer, because that is too much good stuff right there not to use it somehow. And it is just ready to be immersion blended to death. Now, you do not have to do this. If you don't have an immersion blender, you can eat it straight like this, or you can put it into the air fryer and let it crisp up the skin, you know, and not worry about all this, or put this on it afterward just in the state it is. But I'm a textural person, very particular about what I eat, how it looks, how it tastes, and I love the flavor of this, but I don't like the texture. So I'm about to immersion blend it real quick. Use the immersion blender on this and blended it up. It's not into a thin sauce. It's still kind of thick and lumpy, but it's a little bit easier to deal with. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on a medium heat and let this reduce while the chicken wings are baking in the air fryer. Put the container and put them on the plate. And then I've got to wait for the sauce to reduce a little bit. It's almost there though. And look at that. Nice. Look at that. That is some good looking chicken as it is. And you could eat it just like this, but I'm about to make it even better. And I'm reducing the sauce that I put on there. Woo! Okay, defog. It's about reduced. I did wind up putting a little more adobo in it and one more of the Saison Goya packets just in the sauce, because this is what's going to make it taste amazing. Law. And here is what happens when it reduces down. It thickens up, and that is so good on a chicken wing. So I'm about to plate it up. Jalapeno poppers, chicken wings, and I made some yellow rice. Now y'all know the secret about yellow rice. You put it in your pot, you put everything in, you stir it one time with your butter and your water, then you cover it, and you don't touch it for the whole time it's cooking. And that makes the perfect yellow rice. All right, let me plate it up. And let's get the chicken on the plate. All right. A little bit of this reduction over the chicken. Now, it's time to eat. Doesn't that look good? Try it. You'll love it. And we're going to make some Alote on the cob today. You can get as many ears of corn as you want. They didn't have any fresh ones at the grocery store, so I got some frozen ones. These are the sweet corns. And I just got enough for me and for Danny, 2. But, you know, 2 for each person. If you're using the little ones, is plenty. A full-size corn, if you're not using the little ones, is plenty for each person. You'll need your corn on the cob, the Mexican mayonnaise, which has the lime in it. Tastes amazing. Some red top adobo, a little bit of chili powder, and cotija cheese, C-O-T-I-J-A. I hope you can see that real well. That is the cheese that you put on this. And I have everything ready. I've got the grill about to start up. And then these go on the grill for like 5 minutes. You flip them, and then they'll be ready to finish the rest of the elote. So let me go ahead and get these on the grill. And I've got the grill on 500 degrees, so let me go ahead and put the corn on the grill. I'm going to wind up turning it at least once, if not 2 or 3 times. I usually do about 2 minutes on each side and then keep rolling it down the grill. So let's go ahead and get this on for about 2 minutes. I wound up doing 3 and 3 on each side, and they're not as brown as I'd like them, but they're nice and done. On a real grill, they get nice and burnt, and it looks so good. This one doesn't always get them that way, but it's time to get them out and get them covered. So let's go ahead and get these covered and smothered. The one thing that you're going to need to do is get the mayonnaise. And I know you're going to say, what? Trust me, there's just something about it. It makes these corn on the cobs taste so good. And I just basically layer them up to where the cheese will adhere to the actual corn. And I know that sounds really weird and people will be going like, what? But if you ever had elote, you know how good this is. Going around and putting some of the mayonnaise on the corn, and you want a good little bit on the corn so the cotija will basically adhere to the corn. Now the next thing you want is the adobo. You want some red top adobo, and what I do is I basically just move the corn around and do a light little drizzle. Like that. Now the next thing is going to be getting the cotija cheese on them. What I like to do is get a bowl, put the cotija in it, and then roll it in the cotija. And it will stick to whatever mayonnaise product you've got on it. It makes it really easy. And if you have a bunch of these, like I said, it takes a little bit of time, but it is so amazing. Now, the last thing you want to do is put a dab of chili powder on them. What I usually do is lay them all down and then do a little layer of chili powder and then flip them. And if you like them a little spicier, you put more. If you don't like them as spicy, you put less. And here you go, elote on the cob. Amazing and easy to make, and definitely a grilling cookout favorite. Don't forget to click that link below and subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. And let our family be a part of your family.